Have a look at this. Have a look at this. The Cats are into the grand final. Oh my goodness. Gracious me. We made it. We made it. The first time in 9 years the Cats are back into the grand final. It wasn't going to be five prelim losses. The Cats said no, sirree. We are going into the big time, and what a win by Geelong. 40-point winners in the end. Uh, really blew out the scoreboard late. It was a tight tussle all night, but yeah, what great character it speaks to the players. They've faced this opportunity so many times and probably missed a few, lost opportunities. But tonight they've accelerated that and more. So, whew, some amazing efforts, and I tell you what, the way we played was just pure heart and soul. And I'm so stoked. I'm lost for words, just like Chris Scott was, I think, in the press conference. But yeah, what a team performance there. The pressure from the Cats was unreal. The work out of the stoppage was excellent. We were just pressuring Brisbane all night. We didn't give them, hardly any looks up forward. We had the game on our terms for basically the four quarters. I was just so hell bent thinking we should be 3 or 4 goals up here. Quarter time, half time, we're 5 points up. We should be 4 or 5 goals up here. We've had all the play, but not in the scoreboard. And I was dead set thinking Brisbane were going to have it on their terms later on the second half. And it says it all there. 12 scoring shots to 27, and the Cats could have won by 12 or 13 goals. So, but look, I'll take a win in the prelim. And I didn't think it was going to be easy, and it wasn't for 3.5 quarters. But the Lions, so I should say, just kept coming back. It was always around that sort of 10, 16-point margin. But yeah, the Cats just eventually the damn wall broke, and they absolutely cashed in. And it was always going to be tough being 3 goals up at three-quarter time. And yeah, you got more control there, less time in the game. But again, could have been much more lethal on the scoreboard, but we definitely took our moments as the game sort of progressed, and we made the Lions pay on the scoreboard, and probably could have happened earlier. But again, another clinical performance. I mean, pretty similar to the Pies in the sense of just absolutely fierce around the ball, not giving them any time or space. So many good defensive efforts and 1%ers and all sorts of amazing plays, and can't wait to rewatch this. It's going to be something special. But yeah, Chris Scott, congrats, mate. They've had plenty of naysayers, no doubt, and even over the journey, I've certainly had my words, and we're obviously not there just yet, but definitely a step forward with the groupie, and he's been building this for 9 years. So it's incredible to be there, and hopefully, we can make every poster winner next week. We'll want to kick straighter than we did tonight if we want to win against the Tigers. But, oh boy, oh boy, I haven't even got any water to reference, and I definitely need some water. So, actually, let's check the old water levels. I did fill up. Oh, that was very good timing. I need a water. Oh boy. Yep. So I'll just find a spot there. What a time. So forwards converting really well. The defence was absolutely exceptional, as I'm losing my voice currently. Yeah, we're able to really quell the influence of their forwards, and that again comes off the back of the midfield. I keep saying every time games won and lost in the midfield, and our guys just kept applying pressure, and we just kept winning it out of the stoppage at will. And when the Lions challenged, we normally had a response, and I think the scoreboard says it all. So yeah, players stood up under the finals heat. Obviously didn't nail every opportunity, but yeah, they're through to a grand final off the back of some magnificent team play and pressure and all sorts of amazing stuff. So, my goodness, let's look into the stats. The Cats, plus 65 more in disposals. Plus 18 inside 50s. Definitely gave ourselves a lot of looks. Really good by hand and foot. Efficiency inside 50 was so dangerous when it went up forward, and the Lions likewise. However, the Cats, definitely, had a lot of chances. That has to be said. The clearances were ginormous, and definitely they were in our favour early on. But Brisbane came back as you'd expect. However, contested possession really well won there. Uncontested ball was massive. I think that was a big reason for us to getting the win today. So if we can get these kind of numbers next week against the Tigers, we might be able to sneak over the line. Marks, we had good control there. Marks inside 50, pretty similar numbers to last week. So again, our tall defenders really doing well in the air there and restricting, I guess, good ball movement to the Brisbane Lions forward 50. Did well in the contested mark, so it has to be said. Goals, very good, and more of the ball, more tackles. The tackles inside 50, the Cats did very well. The pressure was absolutely red hot, and the 1%ers exceptional. So we'll move into the players, and this is probably one of the hardest 3-2-1 I've ever had to do, but one vote I will be going. I did have it sorted out in my head, but now it has to come to fruition. One vote to Stewart. Where is he? Where is Stewart? He's not down that far, surely. Where are we? Surely not. Stewart, I'm trying to find you. Here he is. He got 19. He took 3 marks, but gosh, I felt like his presence down back, he was mopping up everything. He was delivering out of the back half. He was the general defender there. His ball use off half back was, elite and invaluable for us getting the win. 2 votes to Gary Ablett. The little master turned on a masterclass. He kicked 2 goals, 14 disposals, 4 marks, 4 tackles, 2 clearances and a goal assist. He was breathtaking at times. 2 goals in 2 minutes in the third term, which was vital in the final result. And I'm giving the 3 votes to Samuel Menegola. He got 2 behinds, could have easily had a couple next to his name. 19 disposals and 16 kicks, which was really important. 7 marks, and also got a clearance next to his name. Plenty of metres gained, and probably more than most, really. Rich got a fair bit, but he was kicking it from full back the whole time. But the way he was able to gain ground, he was cool in those, tough moments. He obviously missed a horrendous shot in front of goal, but I think, outside of that, he was cool under pressure. And it was very hard to pick a bloke to kick for 3 votes because there was no one who was outstanding. I guess that what's really makes this win really good is that it was a nice even contribution from the group. And gosh, there's so many other players I want to give a vote. Like I think Hawkins deserves a vote, Duncan deserves a vote, Parfitt and Selwood definitely deserve a vote. Hendo probably deserves a vote as well. So those are my 3-2-1. It's very tough night to sort of pick votes. That's for sure, but Tommy Hawkins, gosh, I think he did pretty well. Supercoach, he kicked 2 goals, 3, 11 hitouts. He was outstanding in the ruck inside 55 marks and wasn't kicking perfectly, but he kicked after missing the first one and kicked the next one very nicely. Mitch Duncan does what he does well. He just racks up the ball and he was pretty handy throughout the night. Parfitt played an amazing game. He kicked a goal, which was really, really good. And 14, we'll stop at the square, but he put it through, which is the main thing. 14 disposals, 7 tackles. That was, superb. Selwood definitely deserved a vote. I just couldn't squeeze him in. There was other players that just thought unbelievable games. He got 16, 9 tackles. That was just enormous. And he was, just absolutely brilliant in the clinches and the setting clearances. He got 4 clearances. Mentioned Menegola and Ablett. Henderson really good down back. He got 15, 6 marks, 3 tackles. What a story it would be to be delisted and then picked up by the club as a rookie and then potentially win a grand final would be something. I like Stanley's game. He was very good. 16 hitouts, 15 touches. I just love it when he gets it out of the clearance and he just smashes it forward, putting the Lions defence under pressure. Dangerfield went okay. Probably not his best game of all time, but you just feel like he's going to be in. If he hasn't played that great this week, he's going to be juicy in the grand final. Hopefully he uses the ball well. But he took some good marks in the line and definitely made Brisbane Lions defence nervous. Myers got 14, kicked a goal, missed a sitter as well. played a handy game, and probably ended up well numbers-wise. But yeah, definitely could be getting more out of him. He had 3 shots on goal for 1 goal, but we'll take that. Gary Rowan, he lit it up in the second half. He had an amazing snap, and he's been another player that's just been criticised for not having very good finals. And so he kicked 3 goals, a couple late. He got 11 touches next to his name and 4 marks, and he was good on the lead. The pressure was really good. He's kicking goals, taking marks. Loved the way Rowan went about it. Blitzarves only got 10, but it was a good 10, and you probably felt every single one of them. He just he's an Inspector Gadget type operator and did really well. Guthrie probably does a lot of stuff we don't see, and again, his contribution was really good tonight. He got the 17, and he probably would have stopped, Lockie Neal, and I feel like Lyons is pretty quiet, and he probably was tagging him at times. Where is Lyons? Try and find him. He's probably got more. He always gets more than I expect him to get. 16, so not too shabby. Sam Simpson, he played a really good game as well. He does a bit of a shimmy, and he started early. He was really good. O'Connor didn't realise he got 13, but I suppose their smalls didn't get on top in the forward line. Tui's quiet, but then he kicked a goal, critical in the last quarter, just about to nearly seal it. 16 touches, he was pretty handy. Hughes, obviously, a bit of run and dash, did well. Henry kicked an unbelievable floating goal, got 10 touches and took some good marks, so he played well. Which leads us to Harry Taylor. He always gets under 10 touches, but Hipwood and McStay had no say, so therefore Harry L did an incredible job there. Hipwood just the 1 goal, and McStay hit the post, so 1 goal, 2 from your big forwards is probably not what you really want. And Dalhouse ended up with 9. Didn't do a lot, and he's probably the only player that would be a bit nervous going into next week. I feel like a player like Tommy Atkins might just snaffle his spot up potentially. We're going to have a lot of pressure, and Dalhouse didn't do a lot of it. We're definitely going to need some hard tackles, so I hope they go down the Atkins route. Because I know he generally has a good old crack, and then you can play that half forward role really well, and cause a lot of dramas for the Tigers' defence, even if he tags someone as well. But yeah, what more can you say? I see it, but I don't believe it. It's been 9 long years. It's been a long journey. The Cats have so close so many times into the prelim. Of course, there's a big game against the Tigers coming up in the grand final. So it's all good and well, and absolutely, I'm going to be pumped about this prelim for Yonks, but we're not done yet. We've got to get it done on the big stage against the Tigers, who have been the benchmark for the last 4 years. They've been, outside of a bad prelim, they've been near on perfect, and they're going to be very keen to go back to back, and they'll back themselves in. They won't fear anyone, and nor should they. They've been there. They've done it multiple times before. Not on the MCG though this time, so that I feel like that helps the Cats the slightest bit. The Cats have won 5 straight at the Gabba this year. Richmond lost there, and a number of these finals, I think only 2 finals, has resulted in a team that has won early in the year, beat them in the finals again, and Richmond beat Geelong early in the home and away, so we'll see how that all pans out. They kept us to 1 goal, I think, for 3 quarters. I don't think you can take a lot out of last time, though. What we can take out of it, though, is it's going to be an incredibly tough game. You don't really get easy grand finals unless you're GWS playing Richmond. So we'll go in as underdogs. I'm happy to go in as underdogs. The destiny's in our hands, and the Tigers have been there, they've done that. The Cats, unfamiliar territory, I suppose, over the last few years. Since 2011, first time. Cats are 75% from grand finals since 2007. Obviously, 2008 was the exception there, going down to the Hawks, who I feel like we could be the Hawks here potentially, just sort of sliding under the radar potentially. And if we play similar to the way we played against the Pies and the Lions the last 2 weeks, we love the Gabba. We're playing really good footy there. we could be in with a fair chance, but it's going to be such a joyous week and joyous occasion, but it's going to be the most stressful 2 hours ever. I think, because this is interesting. If Richmond win, it's three out of grand finals in 4 years, back-to-back flags, immediately topples Geelong's dynasty in 2007 and 2011. Whilst one in the same amount of premierships, Geelong never went back-to-back. So, yeah, and if Richmond do, it immediately topples our dynasty, even though I think they wouldn't get anywhere near our 2007 to 11 side, but that's another story for another day. Yeah, so Richmond in finals. They've won the last couple of finals against us. We did have a good game against them when they had a few out in early 2019. So I'd like to think, we'll definitely be better for the run this time. I've got the Richmond blueprint. I'm going to be sending it to every Cats player on planet Earth, and hoping, my blueprint. I've got it on the AFL Unlimited podcast. We've mentioned it a number of times, but basically you want to make Dusty accountable. You want to make Grimes accountable. Even Batcher-Hooley not these days, but when he's in the side, you just don't want Hooley and Baker and these guys, and even Broad, getting easy possessions out of the back line. You don't want Nank taking intercept marks, so keep a man on him and make sure you bring it to ground there. Pressure around the ground's massive. They have to be under crazy pressure to be any chance there. We've got to move the ball directly. Not too many handballs. That invites pressure. So that's going to be a big part of it as well. I'm trying to think of any more bits and pieces from there, but want to nullify their strengths. And that's right. That brings me back to the stoppages. Obviously, we won them last time. Tigers have magically gone from 17th to 1st, and basically they smashed Port in the clearances as the game wore on last night. I'm trying to think. Yeah, so what teams have done, they've had the spare of the stoppage, and Richmond have dropped behind the ball. So the Cats have to go one-on-one inside. If they're going to win this game or lose this game, it's going to be on the back of either giving them the spare man or the one-on-ones inside 50, because Grimes and Bolter and Asprey and these guys eat that up for breakfast, so they just have to man that person up. I don't care if you've got 15 forwards, 15 one-on-ones inside 50, you have to make them accountable. So otherwise they will rebound from the back half and kick goals at will. So, Lynch. I'm tempted to put blitz halves on Lynch, but we'll see what happens. It's all about the ball movement. It's all about the stoppages and how that all works. But tonight, it is the Cats 40-point winners. Absolutely stoked into the grand final. Hopefully we can get it over the line again, and hopefully it's a good review next week. It's going to be a brutal review no matter what. It's going to be me, my absolute best or absolute worst. So we'll wait and see what happens there and transpires. Thanks, guys, for watching. Go Cats into the grand final. Oh, what a time to be alive. And, fingers crossed we can get the job done next week and get that elusive premiership and send off Paddy, Gary, Harry, and every other Cat in fine style. So, thanks again, guys. Go Cats. I'll catch you guys soon. Enjoy. See you soon.